Welcome to an episode of Open Book Black Excellence, Gale Board and Public Library series celebrating Black History Month through the words and stories of individuals who have demonstrated high standards of excellence in our community. We welcome our next speaker, Councilman Corey Dixon, who was born and raised in Elgin. His family moved to Schaumburg, Illinois, where he attended elementary school and a year of junior high. Later, his family moved back to the area and he would go on to complete the rest of his schooling, graduating from Abbott Middle School and attending Larkin High School, but would later graduate from Elgin High School. He earned a bachelor's degree in business management from Grambling State University, a master's degree in public administration with a concentration in government from Keller Graduate School of Management, and a certificate in nonprofit board leadership from Northwestern University's Kellogg Center for Nonprofit Management and United Way Board Leadership Institute. He is a former commissioner with the City of Elgin's Image Advisory Commission and Planning and Zoning Commission. Councilman Dixon currently serves as a liquor commissioner with the City of Elgin, past board chairman and current board member of Greater Family Health, Alignment Collaborative for Education Board of Directors, and Food for Greater Elgin Board of Directors. Councilman Dixon is also a former classroom facilitator with School District U46 African American and Hispanic Parent Leadership Institute, founder of Elgin's annual Back to School Barbecue Bash, and co-founder of the Social Justice Collective and the Making Space Art Project. He is an active member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Inc., the Mu Alpha Lambda chapter. Councilman Dixon currently works for the Kane County Sheriff's Office, where he serves in the role of Senior Assistant Director of Administration. Councilman Dixon is married to Janelle Dixon, Esquire, and they are the parents of three lovely girls, Jada, Corinne, and Callie. He and his family are members of Second Baptist Church of Elgin, where Councilman Dixon serves as a deacon. Now, without further ado, Councilman Corey Dixon, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much, Dominique, for the introduction. I swear, you have skills. That was an awesome introduction. You have to be media trained to make an introduction like that. That was great. Thank you so much for having me, though.
Thank you. We welcome you. We appreciate you taking the time out and to do this with us. So we want to go ahead and get this started. And I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Now, let's start off with, what does excellence mean to you personally?
Yeah, I think excellence is relative to the person. When I try to be excellent, that means to me that I'm trying to be the best Corey Dixon that I can possibly be. What's excellence based on who I am, where I am, and what is attainable, or just maybe feeling like it's out of reach that I need to strive to get to. So my brand of excellence is simply equip yourself with the tools that you need in order to get to your next step, obtain your next goal. And it's, I guess, really in a way, it kind of takes the pressure off, because in excellence for me, I don't compare myself to anyone else. I look inward and I look at what my shortcomings are, what things that I can improve at, and I try to work on those things. I liken it to basketball. Growing up, I played a lot of basketball and a lot of sports in general, but particularly with basketball, I'm right-handed. So my weakness was my left hand. So I had to work on my left hand, and so that once I got my left hand, I thought I was excellent, and that was fine with me. Now, somebody else may not think that was excellent, but I thought I became an excellent basketball player eventually once I worked on that weakness and made it a strength. So for me, that's what excellence is. It's relative to the person. It's about you and making yourself better in every way possible.
That's a wonderful answer. I love that answer. Very true for everyone to take in. Now, my second question to you is, what must be done to encourage excellence in ourselves as well as others?
I have three daughters, and for me, I think that you have to talk over your children. the same way that you have to talk over yourself. So for my children, my girls, I tell them that they are smart. I tell them that they are beautiful. I tell them that they are queens. I encourage them when they are, um, maybe not feeling the best about something that happened, or maybe even something that was said. And I think the same thing applies to yourself. I just saw something just recently, and there was an interview that was done of Fortune 500 CEOs and just like uber, um, uber successful people. And one of the things that was pointed out in the study was that they all talked over themselves, like outwardly, right? So they all would encourage themselves outwardly by themselves and just say, for example, I can do better. Corey, you can do better. Corey, don't do this. Or Corey, improve here. And you're just encouraging yourself outwardly. And there's something about speaking those things so that you can hear it. Or if you have children or friends or family, speaking those type of positive things over them too as well, that is encouraging. But it just starts with yourself, right? If you do it for yourself, you can also do that for other people. So
I
that's one of the
agree.
tools that I've been using, not knowing until I ran into the study that that was a part of really successful people. So
Oh, that's really good information. So it's kind of like speaking it into existence.
yes,
No,
yes,
yes,
yeah,
okay.
claiming it. There you go,
Claiming it.
sister.
Yes, exactly, exactly. All right. And so my final question to you is what can we all do to promote excellence?
I think we live in a society right now where everyone is on social media, and it can seem sometimes that on social media there's a lot of negativity. There's a time where the things that are highlighted the most are some of the most terrible things. So I think that in what we do on our day-to-day walk, um, via social media or just via in person at functions or at work, at school, and things of that nature, understand that there's already enough negativity out there, and what we want to do is just try to be the best person that we can be by encouraging other people around us that we come in contact with, and support people on whatever their journey is. You never know where someone is in life. You never know what's going on with them mentally. So you just want to lead with love. And if you have the opportunity to tell somebody how great they are, take it, because that opportunity may not always be there for you to do so. And you never know how you can affect someone just by taking the time to tell them how wonderful they are, or to compliment them for doing X, Y, or Z, or just to take a moment to encourage them. It can really mean a lot. It can change some way, it can change around a day, and sometimes it can change around a person's life. And we just have to believe that we have the power to do that. The power of life and death is in the tongue, I believe. And so you just have to be able to speak those things and try to build up a level of comfortableness in expressing yourself that way, so that you can, spread that love and share that positivity, and hopefully that'll push people to continue to be the best person they can be, which is excellence to me.
Wonderful. Yes, definitely. And so because the role that you play in this city, and what you do, you're everywhere, and I'm just curious to know, as well as our viewers out there. So when you come across any functions where there's youth, what do you do? Do you utilize your personal views of excellence and try to share that vision with other, the youth that's in this community?
Yeah, I only get myself involved with things that mean something to me, that I really care about, that I have a personal connection with. Um, I don't want to waste any time. That's how start viewing things, or see if I'm going to support an initiative or start an initiative. So in me doing that, I think um, I try to speak with the kids in a way that they're going to understand. I didn't have a traditional upbringing. I was mostly raised by a single mom. We didn't have a whole lot of money or resources or anything of that nature, so I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. And so that's a struggle, unfortunately, of a lot of kids in our community. A lot of Black and Brown kids specifically in our community, they don't have those resources. And so I'm able to speak with them, I think, in a way that resonates with them. And I hope, encourages them to say, listen, I'm not perfect, and I'm not the epitome of excellence, but I'm still working and getting better at it every day, even though I serve on city council. Like I'm not done. Like, there's still things that I can do better. There's still things that I want to accomplish. And so you just never stop dreaming, and you never let go of those dreams. And you have to, believe in yourself, and when no one else does. And so I just try to get that message out to kids when I'm talking to them, and just supporting the initiatives around the city that is there to help them get to where they would need to be.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so that completes our interview for today. And I just wanted to let Councilman Corey Dixon know that you are a prime example of Black excellence, especially here in the city of Elgin. It's very important what you do here, and we do recognize that. We just wanted to let you know that. I am your host, Dominique, here at Gilboa Public Library, again at Open Book of Black Excellence. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Thank you.
I am your host, Dominique, and we welcome our next speaker, Dr. Riza Dawn Jones, who is a co-founder and executive director of Hamilton Wings, a nonprofit organization that uses the art as a vehicle for promoting leadership, self-development, and achievement. She holds a doctorate in public policy analysis, and her research and evaluation work have been in the areas of public health and underserved communities, youth development, and enrichment programs, and the use of qualitative methodologies to understand many social inequities. She is also a classical trained singer, having performed in recital venues locally, nationally, and internationally. She has written and performed in original productions, including Songtivist, Spirituals, and The Disinheritance, Love and Gershwin, An Evening with Ethel Waters, An Autumn Love Cycle, and I Too Sing America. Now, without further ado, I present to you Dr. Riza Dawn Jones. And how are you today?
Oh, wonderful with that beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be a part of this wonderful program. Thank you for asking.
We are honored here on this side for you and bringing and coming into us today. And we're going to go ahead and get started because I've got so much to ask you.
Love it.
All right. So what I would like to start off with is, what does excellence mean to you personally?
To me personally, it has probably evolved over the years. Right now, it means to me showing up with my full self into a room, both the glorious sides and the flawed and challenged sides, but knowing that I am gifted and that we all are gifted. And so my acceptance of others entering the room as their whole self, and hopefully others doing that, is one of my views of excellence. It is also around ensuring that in whatever one pursues, that they have integrity, that they always seek their moral compass, whatever that might be, and always have an alignment with that and be able to check in and have a community that's supportive of that.
Very true, very true. So what must be done to encourage excellence in ourselves and others?
I think one of the things that needs to happen is that we have to recognize that we are all gifted. Right now, I think I'm on a quest to normalize excellence, because we are all gifted and we all have wonderful potential, wonderful purpose, wonderful things to share. But oftentimes, some groups are not valued or validated in their ability to share and give, nor given the opportunities to do that. So I think if we have an understanding of how we set up structures in our community, how we invite people to the room, how we expect excellence and hold that expectation. I think that is one way, many ways, a list of ways
Yes,
to
yes.
promote excellence.
And you mentioned promote, and I was going to lead into my final question with you. And what can we all do, of everyone here, can promote excellence in your eyes? What would you recommend?
So for me, my personal commitment is around promoting creativity, especially among young people. What the essence of that means is to support people in self-actualizing, in finding their gifts, celebrating their creative voice, understanding that we're a part of a community that can be supportive, that no achievement or accomplishment or notoriety is accomplished alone, that we live in community and thrive in community, and that they can imagine, I'm going to say the possible. I wanted to share with you, Dominique, a poem that I ran across by,
Sure.
if I may, okay.
Yes, please.
It's in this beautiful book. One thing I love, Gail Borden Library, I love books. This is one book that beautiful illustrations by Tom Feelings, but it's a poem by the poet and founder publisher of Third World Press in Chicago, Haki Mudahuti. And for me, it's the poem's called Destiny, and I'll just read you a couple of excerpts from it. But it's really about finding our greatness and knowing that it's possible, that it's not out of reach, that it is within grasp, and that we should have the expectation that we will experience greatness. Here's just an excerpt. Here's just an excerpt.
Mm-hmm.
Come earth-rise men, deep black and ready. Come sun-baked women, root culture on the move. Just do what you're supposed to do, what you say you gotta do. Not the impossible, not the unimaginative, not copied, clothed as original. Take hold, do the necessary, the possible, the correctly simple. Talk of missions and interpret destiny. Put land and selfhood on the minds of our people. Do the expected. Do what all people do. Reverse destruction, capture tomorrows. So we are all born for excellence. We're all have capabilities within us. No matter our position or station in life. I was so inspired recently by reading a story of a hotel clerk at a local hotel who was supporting a family who was displaced during the holiday season, and just the extra things that this person did to make that time special. So it's all those little extras that we can find and the beauty that we see around us that helps us in pursuing our excellence, but also knowing that it is possible, that our imagination has already holds that for us, and that we ride on the shoulders of our ancestors and of history. We're in the month of Black History Month. So many named and unnamed people came before us to do the excellent. The excellent might have been surviving for that day. The excellent might have been being resilient for that day. The excellent might have been pursuing education when there was no way possible to do it, yet they did it. Pursuing excellence was creating a life for their families and their communities and their many groups that they're a part of. So I think we can all have the potential, because we're all a part of community, to promote excellence.
That is so very, very true. Very, very true, Dr. Jones. And that is something, because this is, we celebrate Black history in 1 month, but we have history every month, every day, every second. And that is something that our Black community needs to remind ourselves of, is that, excellence is within ourselves. And for the adult ones, we can lead by example, that excellence, whatever that may behold that we have, to help steer our youth in the right direction and to understand that they do have excellence within themselves, whatever that may be.
And I love
All right.
reading and listening to people that I admire. And a couple of things that they always say is that someone reached out to them with kindness that was unexpected, often from a stranger that they were never able to see again. But it was some monumental, it might have been a small act, but it was monumental to that individual. And another thing that they often say is that in some way their world was opened up, through Gail Borden Library. Worlds are opened up through books and resources. But every time I listen to one of the people that I try to emulate in my pursuit of excellence, they always talk about their world being opened up. And if we can find ways to support, especially our young people, in opening up their worlds to knowing that everything is possible, everything is within their grasp, and it's just a matter of figuring out those points of access for them to be able to pursue their dreams.
Very true. Very true. Thank you. Well, that completes our episode for today for Open Book Black Excellence, a series from Gail Borden Public Library. We'd like to thank our guest today, Dr. Riza Dawn Jones. Thank you so much for your time and sharing us of you. So we appreciate you. And we want to let you know that you are a true example of Black excellence. So thank you, everyone out there. Have a good day.